Hello, greetings, welcome to the Freak Show. Hope everybody's doing well on this day. I'm a little bit sleepy. It's okay. I, ouch, I slept a lot, but I didn't sleep super well, so one of those deals. But it's all right. We're kicking off basically a new game today that I've not actually got to dive in and play. Just sound like you almost forgot the Freak Show. I never forget the Freak Show. Come on now, don't be silly. We're on the live stream, man. Can't always give the Freak Show all of it. Though, technically, it's 50-50, right? And I suppose the Freak Show is on Twitch, so it still would make sense, but gotta mix it up every now and then. Okay, so, Disciples Liberation, looking forward to it tremendously. There were two major games that I was looking forward to this year. First being King's Bounty 2, and the second being this one. And, Disciples Liberation looks like everything's in order on this front, so that's a good sign. Calypso Media has actually done well with me for many years. They've done right by me, so no worries, no problems there. But I thought there was going to be a problem otherwise, but hey, here we are. Everything is fine. Greetings. Now, I've not done anything, so played with the options. So I have no idea what we're getting ourselves into necessarily, other than I saw it and I'm looking, I'm like, ooh, that looks really good. And then I have to, of course, as always, stop looking because I don't want anything spoiled for me. In fact, I don't really like doing the beta tests and stuff like that so much. I don't mind like the first couple, little, maybe like 25 minutes or an hour or something. That way I don't really spoil much of the game. When the game fully releases, it's all new and fresh to me and to all of you because I haven't rehashed it 30 times. I didn't play through a third of the game in like early access, for instance, and then have to play that same third of the game again, and you guys are like, I've seen all of this before. Boo! So, but we're here now. Closed beta. There is a demo available. This is taking part in the next festival up on Steam right now. So if you guys want to get your hands on the game and check it out for your very own selves, the demo is a little bit less robust than the closed beta, but you'll still get a pretty good idea of what's going on. And they have some pre-recorded footage going on right now if you want to see somebody else doing some live streaming. Wait till after my stream to do it. And October 3rd and 5th, there are going to be some streams that they're going to be putting out. So tomorrow, looks like 11 a.m. to 1, well, it says 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. CEST. Oh, they had a typo earlier. Okay, I understand. That's funny. Sorry. And 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. PDT, and I believe that's on the 3rd, which is tomorrow, and on the 5th, which is Monday. If dates work, no, it'd be Tuesday. If dates work the way I think they were, so Tuesday. Anyway, and hello to England. Let's see. Greetings, Holy, Rupert, Stephen Reader, and I think I saw JC Denton earlier, and Exiled was here. When I did the announcement video, I was kind of going through getting the link, and I'm like, oh, people are chatting already. So, greetings to all that are here, and yeah, I figured I'd give them some love on their next festival on their store page. So the demo is available. I'll even post the link right now into the old chatterino, as they say. You guys can check that out on the Steam store page. There's a demo there. You can download it, and I wouldn't necessarily say play along. And again, I don't know how much in the demo there is and how different the closed beta is. They just said that the closed beta had a little bit more to offer. So, enough babbling, enough whatever it is that I'm doing. Let's start playing. The main protagonist from Deus Ex. And Exile doesn't exist. Okay, so I don't know how much this correlates to what's already happened in the Disciples series. Just like I'm not really sure how one game to the next correlates other than same game mechanics and everything else. I've recently, a couple of months ago, played both Disciples, the original Gold Edition or whatever, and a little bit of Disciples 2, and they both hold up in their own right. I mean, they're fine. They're pretty good. I actually enjoyed my time playing both of those. But all right, I will go on a small rant, and I know people that love the originals are going to get, probably upset with me because everybody gets upset when I say something that they don't like, which is fine. Disciples 3. I think it's great. I really like it. I enjoyed it before. I could see how it's kind of like Hom in the sense that every time you come to a new area, you start a new campaign or scenario or whatever it is, you're kind of starting from scratch, and like I get that, and that is daunting. It's daunting to me. It's daunting to most people. A little worse in Disciples 3 because generally the stuff that you're able to fight is a bit stronger. There's a lot of neutrals, and the neutrals are difficult to deal with in and of themselves. In fact, I think you deal more fighting neutrals than you do fighting actual enemy player type situations. So you really got to pick and choose your battles, and those are kind of difficult at times, and so on and so forth. But still, the combat is kind of a natural evolution, or at least I feel like it is, from the Disciples 1 and 2 era of you have 6, 8 slots that you can put your characters in. Some are on the front row, some are on the back row. Only some characters can attack the back row, so all characters have to attack the front row until the front row is cleared, and then you can attack the back row. There was still tactics, but it was much less. So I was really happy to see the transition from where Disciples 2 was to how they did combat in 3, but it seems like not everybody was on board with that because it's much more, we'll say, industry standard, better tactics than what was in Disciples previously. So I'm hoping that this game's really good. I'm hoping it's as good, if not better, and for, I guess, its sake, better than Disciples 3 because Disciples 3 had a lot of hate thrown at it. So anyway, hello, Stature. Greetings. All right, so you return from your lookout to the sewers below the church of Saint Darchild. Orion, your best friend, lay asleep. Were it not for his snoring, you think his motionless body dead.
Ori, you all right?
What? Oh, Avi, I thought you were a church guard.
Of course I am.
I don't know what's worse, your snoring or this stench. How can you sleep down here?
I can sleep and drink anywhere. It's a gift.
Yeah.
What time is it?
That would be a gift, wouldn't it? You'd think a moment before continuing. I do hope, since it is voice acted, this is one of the things that, like, I love that they have this, and the fact that there are some moments where you think for a moment, like a narrator type situation or not speech patterns. I like the fact that it doesn't auto advance, but if all or most of it's voice acted, I feel like it should have just an auto advance just playing because you could just audibly hear it. But it's fine. I don't mind clicking.
Just past twilight. The priest's holy hands have gone, leaving 3 unaccounted for that I've seen.
Right. Well, how are we going to do this?
Dialogue choices. You decide what Aviana says to the other characters. Each choice has an icon that will give a clue about what Aviana might say next. Ask a question. Attempt to be romantic with another character. Stop the conversation to attack the other character. That sounds awfully mean. Offer to, and those two are back to back. Offer to let the other character join your cause. Okay. Attempt to scorn, yell, intimidate, or threaten another character. Reason with, console, compliment, or be kind to another character. Choose an unpredictable, Aviana-like line that does not fit into the above scenarios. Lie. The success of the lie is not guaranteed. Choices can have a major impact on the story and the ending of the game. There are no bad choices, though. Feel free to roleplay Aviana as you wish.
Kill the priest, I mean.
Oh, okay. I have some questions. No witnesses. Kill everyone. Be stealthy. Kill him. Kill only him. Interesting. I don't believe it's a full game. They said that the closed beta is more robust than the demo, and the demo is available. So to me, that means the closed beta is probably like a chapter or 2, or maybe like 3 chapters, and the demo might be 1, or maybe it's a longer version of what the demo has to offer. Maybe the demo is one specific story and a couple fights, and then the closed beta is like one specific story, but you get like 5 fights or something. I don't really know. I haven't touched it or played it yet, so. I have some questions
I need
first.
to talk this out first.
Of course.
Who is this priest?
What do we know about this priest?
Let's see.
Can you guys hear that? I mean, like, I have it up about as far as I can, but I mean, I can play around in Windows to get it louder, but I think it's okay. Orion pulls out the contract and reads it aloud.
Sebastian, enemy of the Vale and Empire, has taken his royal guard and
You lean in and take a look.
Occupied.
A key.
Right. Has taken his royal guard and occupied the sacred church of Saint Darchild. Well, he sure sounds evil enough.
Sure. What are we doing again? What would you do?
I'm always coming up with the plans. It wouldn't kill you to think of one once in a while.
He didn't know how to say occupied or read it, so...
My plan is to follow your lead. That's been my plan since we were kids. Hasn't failed me yet.
Okay, that's a good plan. You give him the look. You've given him so many times before.
Fine, fine. I guess I could distract the guards while you go for the priest.
All right. Do it. Distract the guards. So, what are we doing again exactly? Apparently we have memory issues. It's fine.
Let's go over what we know so far.
She worded it a little bit better.
Smart. We're mercenaries. I'm your best friend, Orion.
Sweet.
Stop joking, Ori.
Ooh, Ori, huh?
Sorry, but what is there to say?
A lot of things?
All I know is the contract to kill the priest pays more than we'd make in a lifetime, and now we're in the sewers under his church waiting for the guards to go to sleep.
Okay, that's all for now.
There's
Questions?
only one way to do this right.
Agreed. What is it?
Agreed. What is it? All right, folks, what do you want? I'll let you guys choose. Murk everyone, we go with the with your plan, or we're stealthy and we kill only him. I feel like we're all going to be going to number 2, but I'll leave it up to you guys. Answers on a postcard, please. Send them on in, and everything will be fine. Good old 10 to 15 second delay. Not awkward at all. Hashtag restream.io. What? That's fine. Self-stamped envelope. Kill all. Good old Rupert. All right. Rupert wants the murkage, the murdertude, the death of everything. I'm okay with that. No witnesses. All right. We got doubles. And greetings, Carol. Hey, nice to see you here. So we've got, and Holy slipped in no witnesses at the same time Rupert did. All right, so we're going to be slaughtering everybody.
We know the Church of St. Darchild is always guarded, even at night. We have to go in and kill everyone.
All right, got it.
The contract didn't say anything about guards.
Yeah, but it's more fun that way. Probably would a crazy person say.
If they see our faces, the Empire will hunt us and our families.
Safer that way.
Ori,
That's what I
we
said.
have to
Safer.
be thorough.
You've known Orion for long enough to know what he's really thinking.
You seem nervous.
We've done a lot of contracts, but killing's never easy. So, yes, I'm nervous. Aren't you?
No. Regret later, act now. Okay. Of course I'm nervous. We have no choice. We're doing the right thing. Ooh. I don't think you have a choice anyway. Well, no, I mean, they give you a choice. They say that the choices matter in this, so I would assume they do. We're doing the right thing. We have no choice. Of course, I'm nervous. Regret later, act now. I think I'm going to go with that.
What do we always say?
We want to be decisive.
Regret later, act now.
It's good.
That's right. So we go in there, take care of the priest, the guards, and any other witnesses, then we get out. Simple as that.
Greetings, Gabriel Tolan. I can never quite get through the Gabriel. Is there like an extra L in it? And an E? Gabriel is what I'm assuming. Like LLE? It's just one of those names that always kind of throw me for a loop.
Simple as that.
Let's see. 3. Sorry, Holy. I decided to go with our what we always say mantra. They are the responses. They did a quick little list just before we got into the dialogue choices of the various different things that could happen, and each of those symbols mean like the little halo one is you're like convincing, consoling, doing something nice, being kind, or whatever the case is. I don't remember what they all are because of course I don't. I'm busy absorbing everything that I can right now. Calling Orion morally gray might be an understatement, but so would be calling him loyal. Okay. Growing up, youngest in his large loving family, it was hard for him to leave the Lows. But to stay would mean abandoning Aviana, which he'd never do. He made a pledge to get her out of trouble and into it, and it's a pledge he intends to honor until his dying breath. Alright, we got ourselves a loyal laphound. No, I'm kidding. A loyal friend. It's good. It's always nice to have loyalty. Yes, we'll remember this, exactly. Alright, so let's see. Oh, I cannot control the camera independently of the character. It's a bold choice. What does this do? Huh, that's interesting. They show little up and down arrows and stuff, but it doesn't seem to do anything, which is fine. We have a journal, character, units, system, and quick save. Quick save, alright. Oh, our quest journal. Your quests and standing with each faction are found here. You can track your current quests or review past quests. If you have multiple active quests, decide which one to track by selecting it. This is also where you can also monitor your faction's standing. Be sure to check it often. Your standing affects your ability to maximize the combat potential of the units you produce. Interesting. Okay, Into the Twilight. Empire, Elven Alliance, Undead Hordes, Legions of the Damned, the classics from the Disciples series. Okay. Okay, we're neutral, so... Neutral is... Does that mean we just have no bonuses? Because we're not hated, despised, or notorious, nor are we friendly, honored, or revered. So I guess, yeah, it'd be the 0 option, because it's -1, -2, -3, and then up to +3. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Side quest, companion quest, completed quest, Into the Twilight. Okay, we got map, we got a character screen. This is Aviana's inventory. Here you can equip various spoils collected during your adventures. Items are organized based on type, such as helmets, weapons, and emotion shards. That's interesting. Emotion shards. Sure. Each is also classified by its rarity: common, rare, epic, and legendary. Legendary items are unique and especially powerful, but also more difficult to find. Highlighting each item here will reveal its stats. Be sure to check the inventory often. Equipping the best gear is key to dominating the battlefield. Okay. Okay, so you have a... yeah, they had the gear system in 3. Okay. I can get behind that. And they're doing the traditional, probably... Well, they just showed it and I already kind of went away with it. It's probably like white item. Maybe they don't even have white items. Oh, okay, green is their common. So probably like green, blue, purple, orange, something along those lines. Or maybe a yellow's thrown in there for different tiers of... class or rarity, I guess is what they called it. Okay. That all makes sense. Is there a way to see inventory? Okay. You click on it and it shows what you have available. Very interesting. I'm very interested to see what the emotion shards are all about. Should be fascinating. We're just starting off. We're kicking off the thing. We got to see a little bit of the story so far. Dav Lavi. And Bad 4I-15. What's going on? Maybe up and down to cycle through the quest. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but maybe you're right. Maybe it's we only have one quest. That's kind of why I want to go through all these little screens here and see what's actually going down. Okay, so we got the squad menu. Companions can be equipped with weapons and emotion shards. Regular units... Okay, so we're going to have a difference between... Okay, makes sense. Regular units can wear emotion shards only. If a unit dies, the emotion shards equipped will be returned to your inventory, so don't hesitate to equip them. Okay, that's good to know. You can equip units and companions by inspecting them via the squad menu. Once you close the screen, you can use U to access your squad management. Okay, so essentially main character and then other generals or heroes or whatever you want to call it. How does filtering work? Okay, so yeah, when you do the up and down arrows, it does filter. Is there a way to click through it too? No, you do literally have to use the up and down arrows. A little bit strange, but not horrible or bad or anything. Hopefully I won't need that, but I mean maybe. We'll see how big of an army we get. And I'm curious to see how they deal with going from like one mission or one map or whatever to the next. What kind of carryover do you get? Because that's always been, like I said, one of those... It needs to happen because you would be too powerful if you didn't in things like Heroes of Might and Magic and the previous Disciples games. But, you know, things are always changing and evolving and you know, they're doing just different stuff to see what works. And if they're able to make the game and make it be able to scale somehow, I don't know how to do this, but you're able to keep everything from map to map, like all the units and characters and stuff that you have, and all the levels and stuff that you gain, I think it'd be very fascinating to see. Also, we can field a lot of troops. My goodness. But I think that'd be fascinating to see how they would make that work out, because I think it could be really, 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 really cool and interesting. And again, moving forward in the whole tactical, whatever this is considered exactly. I don't know what to categorize HOM and Disciples and stuff as. It is a tactical turn-based strategy game with elements of kind of like base management and resources that you have to collect and so on and so forth. But that also sounds a lot like a 4X game, and they're not 4X games. And I don't know. I don't know exactly how to categorize them. Yeah, there wasn't a tremendous amount that you missed yet, Dav Lobby. I have not. I am slowly chunking away at Disciples 3 since we let it go through a giant, basically hiatus. Folks were clamoring for something else, and I was always planning to get back to it, and I'm like, you know, the new Disciples is coming up. I think I am going to get back to it. So, could we just move? Yes, we can. We can't put you out, and then these are the companions. So these guys have actual equipment. Oh, wait, we got a backline? Minus 100% to the cost? Okay, so we have a leadership. Okay, perfect. Exactly what I would expect. So these are for ranged units only, is what I'm assuming, with the little archer symbol there. This intrigues me. This looks like this could be very, 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 very cool. This is going to be basic options and everything else. All right, cool. Oh, I don't want to quit. That's definitely not what I want to do. All right, let's actually get into it. Is there a way to highlight? Yes, left alt will highlight things. We can't zoom in or out. Well, you can zoom in, but you can't zoom out anymore. And the zoom is pretty slow. Hopefully there's an option to make that slightly quicker. I know we're in the sewers, but what is this stuff? That is a valid question. I'm not sure, but the stink is definitely worse than usual. Usual? What do you mean usual? Do you just hang out in the sewers all the time, buddy? Can we wallow in it? Can we roll around like a dog? No? It's okay. Hi, Empire forces.
His eye sees all.
Guess we're going into battle against the old Soldier. ×2. Alright, I like it. They threw us right into battle real quick. Some games are like, oh, here's like 14 hours of explanation and exposition. They're like, oh. And then you don't even get to play like the first 3 episodes. There's not a single battle. It's a little sad. Oh, God, look at the sewer sludge coming out of the sewer grates. Oh, that's rough. Battle strategy, action points. Units have up to 3 different types of action points. Different types. Interesting. Okay. The blue ones can be used by a unit to move the same number of tiles as their movement stat. Makes sense. The red can be used to perform an ability. And the gold can be used to perform either a move or an ability. So move, ability, universal, I guess is what we could call them. Any remaining AP at the end of the unit's turn will heal that unit up to 10% of their total AP or HP. That's a fascinating mechanic, and I think I love it. It says up to 10%. Does that mean if we use none, it's 10%? If we use all but one, it's less? Or... AP at the end of the turn. Each AP has a chance to go up to 10%. We'll see if we can't figure out how that works. Manage your AP wisely each turn, but also pay attention to the AP of the opposing units in order to make the best tactical decisions. Okay, makes sense. I really like that. All right, good. You can move around. This is great. Look at that. That looks really cool and horribly disgusting, by the way. Like, really, really, really slick look to the green and brown sewer sludge coming out. Are those mushrooms? That's a nice touch if those are mushrooms. They are. That's great. Or they're sentient crab people that are going to eat us. Gotta love it. Hey, that's a win. That means we have... Ironically, we have 7 viewers on Twitch, but 20 viewers on YouTube. Welcome, YouTube Army! Welcome. Hey, so this is, I think, the first time that YouTube really crushed Twitch by it. So that's kind of cool. Look at that. YouTube giving me some love. Alright, so these guys are clearly melee. Is there a way to see their movement range? Oop.
We will be victorious.
Don't hit left control. It's fine, but left control apparently ends your turn. I don't think I dislike that, as it tells you right there. Oh no, it's wait. That's still... Oh good, there's a wait command. That's still fine, but make sure you don't accidentally do that. Tab is end turn. Okay. Alright. So here's a small thing, and I don't know if Carol's still here. Here's a small thing that I would recommend as a change. Assuming, let's see, I'm going to hit spacebar. Does anything happen? No. Instead of left control, move wait to spacebar maybe. And then end turn on tab is fine. Or you can make it like, I'm going to assume E and Q or rotate. Yeah. You can even do like end turn as F. Tab's fine, but I would move wait to the spacebar. And I realize that we can change our controls and everything else, but that's... It should be on spacebar. Just, that's the way it should be. Oh yeah, well, Twitch is, it's constantly shooting itself in its own foot. So yes, I don't disagree with you there, wholly. Like, people are just slowly getting fed up with the political, and I don't mean actual politics, but you know what I mean. Like, the politicking in Twitch, so... Alright, so we have Commanding Strike, slashes with a circular strike dealing physical damage, and Clearing Strike hits all enemies around Aviana dealing physical damage, inflicts demoralized on targets. Can we... Okay, and we can't use other characters out of turn. There's literally the turn order, which is fine. Alright, well, what makes the most sense is moving here and doing our whirlwind attack. Telling us about waiting. The battle begins, but a master strategist knows when to attack and when to wait. Though you expend an action point... Oh, it also costs an action point. I don't know if I like that, but that's okay. Again, it's forcing the wait command to cost you something and be something that you strategically use. So I don't necessarily dislike it either. It finally gives you a reason to not necessarily wait. It's an interesting thing. I don't know if I like it or not, but... it's different, and that's not necessarily bad. It'll be on PS4 once it's available. Controls will probably be like Divinity 1 or 2 for console. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's going to be a what? PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. Is it Xbox One? I don't remember if it was Series S and X. I'm sure it would be. And, of course, PC. Probably Xbox, it just encompasses like all of Xbox. So... yeah, it's good to see. It's really good to see lately a push for getting stuff that has been PC exclusive titles to move and work, move into the console realm and work well on those things. So like I said, it's a really good thing to see, because it's just going to put more eyes on these things, and people might be like, oh, what else is out there? Oh, these are all on PC, and then they might just start playing PC gaming. It's a good thing through all of it. Okay. Spending an action point, you could have decided to wait, delaying the turn until the end of the round. In that case, you allow your enemy to exhaust themselves by drawing them towards you. Yep. Thus giving you the perfect opportunity to strike, which we have. You can also end a unit's turn without expending their action points. Each unspent AP will restore 10% of a unit's health. Now, this is saying each unspent action point will restore 10%. Okay, so that's a little bit different than the other one saying action points unexpended could restore up to 10%. This is saying that each one will restore 10%. Okay. Slight wording thing there that I might tighten up. Again, anything that I'm critical of or pointing out, it's just I love certain games I love, and I want them to be perfect so nobody can throw shade or hate on them. So anything that I point out that I change a little or I critique, it's because I love what I see and I want it to be perfect. And it's not because, oh, well, it's garbage. I'm never going to be like that. If a game has like 90% of stuff I like and 10% of stuff I don't like, I'm not going to be going into, Steam reviews and being like, this game was okay, I guess, but it had this one thing that I hate. It's just, sorry. We discussed this on our Wednesday game development, game development discussions, and apparently I'm not the only one that feels that way. People are real nasty and they suck. Now, I am curious, and I kind of wish I could test this now, but wow, we actually do not do that much damage. That's interesting. It says all enemies when we hit with this. I'm wondering if we had our boy Orion over here, if he would also get slapped. Because it is an area around her. It did say only enemies, but I'm very curious.
You're mine.
Historically, Disciples AoEs, from what I can remember, and playing 3 much more recently, the AoE attacks do not hit allies at all, so we'll see. Yep. We got Roger coming on in. Sorry I didn't give you a greeting, Roger. Hey, Roger, how's it going? Okay, so I see what's going on. Let's, alright, we got a couple of different attacks here. Debilitating Strike, inflict physical damage, inflicts weaken on the target. And then we have Orion's Cloak, cast a blinding cloak, granting stealth for 2 rounds, deals massive damage and inflicts bleeding on the target when attacking while stealth. Attacking this way reveals Orion's position and removes stealth. Now, alright, I think the play here is to move up and attack now. And then if we move first in the next round, which it looks like we will, to get our stealth attack in then.
Now you see me.
To me, that makes the most sense. I should have maybe moved here. I don't know if it would have used like both points or not.
Feel the snakes.
Because I want to see if there's like backstab damage or what have you.
Die.
Okay, and then we can move at this point. I think I might try moving all the way to the corner here. I don't know. There's no zone of control issues. Good. Or attacks of opportunity or whatever you want to call it. But this is going to put him in a weird spot. We may be able to... We won't kill him with this. And it doesn't tell us how much damage it's going to do, right? It just shows represented by... Okay. Which means that we're going to be basically sacrificing Orion here. That's okay.
Feel the snake's bite.
Let's see how much damage this is going to do. Not that much more. I was really expecting it to do a lot more.
Feel my blade.
Oh, okay. It did do a bit more. Oh, he bled, but it wasn't enough.
Surrender.
He shield bashed me. That's not great.
Glory and honor. On the offensive.
Yeah, basically this would be the 4th Disciples game. Or if you get real weird about it, it's like the 9th one or something. Because Disciples 1, I think 1 had some DLC, but I'm not positive. 2 had like 2 versions of the game and like 3 or 4 DLCs each, or expansions. And then 3 had actually 3 different versions of the game. So, like I said, it gets a little bit weird. Let's go take this guy down. So we can just press 1 and attack, and down he goes.
Alien forever.
Alright, he moves real far, so I should be able to restore his health pretty easily. So I'm going to come back here, we're going to use the 10%, just end his turn.
We will be victorious.
Oh, I should have gone further. I
Wear
didn't
them
realize he could move
down.
that far. That's fair, though.
Let's move.
Move up. Gonna get that smack on. Oh, there is a flanking bonus. Okay, that's good to know. Well, since I'm already here,
Feel the snake.
might as well slap him
Feel the snakes.
and put him down.
I
I'm
think
curious
we're
to
getting
see
good at
how we
this.
heal after the fact as well. Apparently she got some skills we haven't seen yet. Like little fireballs up in her hand. Alright, 120 experience each. We got 625 gold. And yeah, need 1,000 for the levels. Yeah, the level ups are they've always been pretty big. I will only be streaming, and
The sewers
greetings,
clearly aren't as safe as we thought they'd be.
Jung and Froxus. I'll only be streaming probably a total of 2 hours, so in about another hour and 20 minutes today. I need to get some things done before I am no longer able to do them tonight. So I would have ideally liked to have streamed 3 hours or so, but I don't know how much is going to be available in the beta either. Like I said, we're going to take it piece by piece. We're going to look at things. I'm going to make hopefully small, offensive suggestions to the developers as we go through, because again, that's not my goal. I don't want to offend anyone. A lot of stuff that I see is very interesting, so I'm very curious to see how it all plays together. I do like what I see so far. So, and when this game comes out, we're gonna be hitting it hard. It's gonna be one of the big ones on the channel. So, hopefully we may find another success like HOM 7, maybe, because Disciples is great. It's a great series. Yeah. So there were expansions or something like that, but I think there were 3 different versions of the game, or maybe there was 2 different versions. Maybe there was the one and then the expansion that was like standalone with the game or something, and then there was one that was a revamped version of it all. It's all very confusing, and I remember playing both the original and the revamped, and I think I like the revamped better, but I don't remember what the original was like to really compare it to. I think I remembered at the time, I'm like, oh, that's different, oh, that's cool, but I honestly don't remember now. You may have to put your pitchforks and torches away. Alright, clear.
We'll fight our way through, just like we planned.
Yeah, sewers weren't safe like they planned. Alright, that's cool. Solinol's Mist. Find the priest. Alright, it is weird not being able to move the map at all. I'm going to say it's something that I don't like, per se, when comparing it. No, you know what? I think... No, because we could always control multiple characters in the previous Disciples. It's one of those things it's a real far departure from what was already there before. But they're trying to make it more of kind of an adventure-oriented experience, I feel. Or maybe when you're in a dungeon, maybe it's different than on a world map, if that's the case. I'm okay with it. It's just not... I would prefer it the other way. I prefer being able to look around the map. Even if they have stuff shrouded in the fog of war, I just prefer that in general. Post-encounter healing. Oh, perfect. I was wondering about this. During that fight, some of your units lost HP. Their health. Yes, it's true, they did. To replenish their health, you will need to either use healing spells during combat. Okay, that sucks. But it's fine. And I think that's always been the case. Well, there were certain spells you could cast outside of combat, but that's neither here nor there. Or interact with the health fountain. Health fountains can be found all across the world, both inside and outside. I'm very curious to see if we're going to get spells that we can cast outside. Because that was always a big part of the Disciples games, from the first one all the way through to the third, is you would build your mage's tower, or whatever it was, and then you would research based on the mana from the areas that you would control, and you'd be able to cast spells. This, again... This is a sample size of the game, a certain chunk of it clipped out for us to be able to experience and enjoy. And I don't want to make wild speculations. It's just this is very different than 3, 2, and 1 were. Whereas again, I could see from 1 and 2, 3's evolution, and I liked it personally. This is very different, though I still see some similarities to the franchise as a whole. I'm Just curious how much they actually changed for this. And now, that doesn't mean that the change is bad. It's just different, so I'm very curious. Alright, so we will heal up. Cool. Does this replenish? There's a lever here, which is going to do... Probably open the gate back where we were at over here. It did, I think. I don't think this was open before. Oh, right. I wanted to... Okay. And if you press Alt, you get the little highlighted thing. Sorry, there we go. Okay. When did Ham attempt a hack and slash? I know they did was it a first-person adventure game? Dark Messiah, but also there was Might and Magic, so you would think it would have been more along the lines of a Might and Magic spin-off than a Heroes of Might and Magic spin-off, but eh. You gotta go. Alright, Roger, thanks for stopping on in. Catch you later. See later. Like what I see, I also got pre-order for the PS4 and PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox. Both 2 are available for pre-order. You were referring to Dark Messiah, gotcha. No. Well, I mean, the isometric view, a little bit more Diablo-esque. But much closer than in Diablo. Like I said, it offers some interesting things when you do it this way. And again, I don't know if like this is just for the dungeon. I'm wondering if I can skirt past this guy. Not quite. I think you can though. You could probably avoid battle. I wanted to see if maybe we could like drop aggro. That's why I backed up as far as I did. I was always intending to battle this guy. All right, there's clearly a ranged individual and a melee guy, so this should be interesting. Battle strategy, casting spells. You recently acquired your first spell. Oh, did I? When did that happen? Only Aviana can cast spells. Access your spells via the spellbook icon in combat. You'll find more spells during your journey, especially from completing quests. Even quests that seem small can reward you with powerful spells. Each spell requires gold AP and some mana to cast, but they're more powerful and versatile than Aviana's other abilities. Alright, once you can use escape to see your spellbook. That's an interesting choice for spellbook. Okay, it brings us up to the menu. That's fine. How do you access the spellbook from here? Up there. Oh my, this is okay, there's a lot here. Divine spells, Twilight, Martial, Unholy. It's the anti-holy spells. So, you know, if we want to get rid of Holy out of chat, we just cast one of these and poof, he's gone. Poof, he's gone. There we go. Old dry fingers there. Alright, and then, of course, Primal. Which is Solinal's Mist. Okay, that's the one. Rains down the waters of a life stream, healing 25% of an ally's max HP, grants plus regen to the target. Very nice. But it's negated by burning. Well, I suppose that's good to know. I imagine if you're on fire, it might negate your ability to regenerate. We could quick cast, or we could select it. And then if we wanted to cast it, we could. To cancel, we just hit escape. Alright, that's fine. We didn't use unholy spells. Holy, you're fine. You can stay. This guy might be a problem, though. Alright, so I feel like waiting in this case is not going to be ideal. Also, why does he get highlighted in green? Is it just because he's an ally? Oh, I can right click on it? Okay. Oh, he's motivated. Okay. Well,
I'm going.
is there a defensive stance that we can take or something? No?
Let's move.
Alright, well, we're going to roll out basically right on top of him. Again, at this point, I feel like it's kind of a required situation.
Feel the snake's bite.
And we're going to go invisible with our
Now
boy.
you see me.
Scooch on closer. And I feel like I know who they might attack.
Holding the line.
They got their flank. Okay. Well played. Smart. Oh, you're gonna actually hit me with a spell. Does the flanking matter with a spell?
Face your death.
Hit him with the whirling dervish.
Move out.
Now, if I move here, I can't be flanked.
Now you see me.
And now you feel me.
the snake's bite.
Surprise! You've been weakened and bleeded.
No surrender.
Alright, I think we're gonna use our spell here in a minute. You gonna cast on her again? Yeah. We should be able to drop this guy pretty easily. I'm noticing, or maybe I'm not noticing. I don't know if you guys hear it. I only have one ear insert in right now to hear. I didn't hear any, and again, closed beta, it's totally fine. I'm just curious, did you guys hear any spell sound there? I hear the attacks, but I didn't hear like the magic missile attack thing go. So just curious. Alright, we're gonna go with our primal. Oh, interesting. What does this do? Hold on. So there's quick cast. How do we do that? Is that... Oh, right there, spellbook. We just open it that way. Okay. Cool. Alright.
No need to thank me.
All are healed. And I'm not moving, so hopefully we'll regen a little bit more HP. Because we can't attack, and moving just doesn't seem to make much sense here, so... We got +2 mana, and good. Alright, so now we'll be able to get a double stab on this guy. Probably won't be enough, but maybe with the bleed?
Wear them down.
With the bleed.
Face your death.
Alright, and then we're, again, going to wait. Getting at 10% heal. It's working quite well. I'm not mad at it.
Feel my blade
I
fight.
think I'll hit him. Weaken him once, and then we're going to go for the... I think the double is going to be better than the crit. Or the stealth. I think the double attack will bring more to it. But I don't think we get the bleed with the double attack. Alright, we'll stealth, and then we'll hit him.
Bite.
Like, I hear the noise for that.
Feel the snake's bite.
I hear it for all that, but the spells specifically I didn't hear it for on the enemy mage cast. I think we walked away full HP, and we might have even restored the mana that cost to cast that spell. So that worked out. We took a big chunk. Words to attack. Yeah. I get that, Froxus. Alright. Ult. See any kind of... So what are you going to do with your cut of the money? Bathe. Bathe a lot, apparently. Build a home, something safe, something quiet. Sounds fun. Please tell me when this is over, we're still going to the pub. Well... Oh, seriously, we always go to the pub. I feel like this is off the beaten path, and maybe not even where we're supposed to be going, considering the arrows pointing us elsewhere. But, you know, I likes to explore. Oh, and would you look at that? There's some undead minions over here. What? And a box that I can't seem to interact with in any way. Hey, you guys want to be my friends? Huh? What? Can we talk it out? No? Hug it out, maybe? Zombie! Alright. A movement of 4, initiative of 10, 110, excuse me. 4, initiative of 110. Yeah, he's faster. Well, wait a minute then. Alright, if he's faster, why does he always go second? That doesn't make any sense. Huh. That really doesn't make sense. Ooh, his flanking damage is increased by 80%. That's pretty impressive. Strange. Really strange. I don't know if I'd say it's a side quest, other than just, like, an extra... Oh, now you move... Okay, buddy. Alright. Whatever you say, man. I want to get position if I can. Well, we'll see. Well, it said it was supposed to use one of our action points, right? Let's see if it did or didn't. Because last time we still had our 2 action points when we did it. See, we still do. It doesn't use action points to wait. Did I read that wrong somehow? I could have sworn. Like, right, it said it uses an action point if you wait. I thought I even made a mention of that's an interesting thing. I didn't know if I like that or not, but it gives you some cost to having to wait versus not. Yet it doesn't seem to, at least in the closed beta, to be actually taking your AP away. Because we still have 2. It's really weird.
Feel the snake's bite.
Well, we'll see with her, but I don't know.
I'll sneak past them.
Well, we're in position. We can flank. No, see, she's got both her action points too. I thought maybe we had 3 at the start. Huh. That's really I should have been behind this guy with him. You know
Let's
what?
move.
It
Face your death.
I am gonna wait again since it apparently does not affect
Move out.
things.
Stand down.
We'll slap you. Now, hopefully he doesn't move. He doesn't. He's gonna vomit on me. Oh, that is lovely. Did it stick to my character? It looks like it might have. No, it didn't.
Feel the snake?
You done messed up, buddy.
You mess with Abby, you mess with me.
You done got stabbied.
I'll sneak past them.
I'm sneaky. Is anybody excited about the International this year, finally? Since we didn't have one last year? Does anybody have any idea what I'm talking
You're
about?
done.
It's like the once a year thing that I'm just like super excited to do every time. I don't know why, I just love it. Even though my Dota plays just don't really happen that often anymore. Smart zombies? I know, right? There's certain games where I feel like,
Feel the snake?
oh, I didn't want to crit, man. I just want to hit him once. And I was going to heal up. It's fine. We're okay. It's not a big deal. But there's certain games where I feel like the enemy shouldn't be smart enough to do things. I think one of the big ones was Total War. There were certain times, I think that was the one that I was thinking of. There might have been some others. But like Total War, you have like zombie armies and like a whole bunch of just random undead, like brainless zombies and stuff. And then I think it was a Warhammer Total War. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there was no undead. Anyway, whatever it is, if they weren't led by no, that couldn't have been it. That wouldn't have made sense. It was something like that, but basically they would still make smart choices. And, you know, they're just zombies. They shouldn't be making smart choices. They should be doing dumb stuff. Unless they're led by, like, a hero or something that's actually, you know, an intelligent person. So, I don't know. It's strange. All right, equipment. You got a new piece of equipment. You can equip it by going to the inventory menu. Aviana can equip weapons, armor, and emotion shards. I always want to say chards. I don't know why. Once you close it, escape. Yeah. Character. There's a new sword here. The Sword of the Last Guard. 7 power, HP. Is there a way to compare? Huh. That would be nice to see. There is. Shift. No? Okay, alright. This might be fixed. If it's not, it's fine. Just be aware if you're playing this. You have to hold the shift before you go over. So if we're just sitting on it and we press shift, it just disappears and nothing happens. Like, it's just gone. But if you're off of it, you hold shift and you go over, then it compares. Weird, right? Small little thing, but it's a little weird. All right, can only be equipped by Aviana's Mercenary, Hexblade, and Warlord classes. So we do have the short sword, but we got the Sword of the Lost Guard, gives us an extra 7 HP. So obviously we're going to switch, even though... Oh, okay. That's kind of weird. So when you equip it, the one that you have equipped just disappears until you click off and come back to it. It's a little strange. A little strange. Okay, and then he's got 1 to dexterity, 7 to power, so it is still better than Aviana's sword. That's for an emotion charge. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Nothing to save there. It seems like a small bug. It's fine. And again, it's good to see stuff like this, you know, finding these things when we're playing and doing stuff. Because it'll help the developer actually see, like, oh, that's weird. Wonder what kind of system that's on, or is this something that we've overlooked ourselves, or is this, you know, just kind of an outlier, a random happenstance, and so on and so forth. So it's always good to find these things, especially in closed and open betas and stuff. Make sure you guys go and you do the feedback, and anytime you are in a beta. It might seem nitpicky or whatever, but again, if you like the title that you're playing and you want it to do well and you want to have the least friction possible moving forward against you know, the people who are going to hate, then it makes the most sense to try to find these bugs and let the developers know so they can squash them. We got a new headband. Sweet. Okay, a mercenary's helmet with 1 intelligence. That's not what I would have correlated with intelligence, but sure. Wow, that is significantly better. Some might say over 4 times better. They would be right. So, just wanna check this again. Our boy here can equip weapon or shards, and then all of our normal units can only equip shards. But he can't equip any armor or anything. So that's a little different. Okay. Well, this should have triggered the door for this and on the next spot as well. Maybe? I mean, I don't think so. Do we have 2 item slot things available? We only have 1 weapon slot, so I'm going to say no. And the other guy, he's got a weapon slot and an emotion shard slot. So he also cannot. More healing? I think I will wait to use the healing. Well, maybe I won't wait to use the healing. Maybe I will. I'm sure we'll be fine. Hey, buddy. What's going on, Sebastian? Or Sebastian. The old priest serving the Church of St. Darchild looks up from his work to you. He's sorting through children's clothing, all of it clean and well made, and marked to be sent to orphanages across the city. He's hardly the monster your contract made him out to be, until he snarls at you, that is.
The rat who's been crawling our sewers reveals herself.
Why do you have a staircase leading into your sewers from the church? It is a valid question. I'm here to kill you. I'm just a simple sewer cleaner. There's a price on your head. Let your guards go, I'll spare them. We're here to kill you.
This rat is here for your head.
The priest gestures to the shadows. His guards emerge. You are surrounded. Oh, no!
Tell me, to what do I owe this assassination? Feeding these children? Nursing those displaced by the veil? Their young eyes will see much suffering in their lifetimes. Let them start by seeing yours.
Sure. Surrounded, trapped. If ever there is a time to draw one's sword, it's now. Oh, I may have made a terrible mistake. Well, oh, so we only have to survive for 3 rounds. Heh. Huh. Every unit in your active squad can be placed in the back line or front line. Frontline units use their frontline abilities and can be controlled during their turn. However, they can be targeted and defeated. This is actually fascinating. This is an interesting thing they're doing right here. Backline units use their backline ability. They act automatically each turn and cannot be targeted or defeated directly. If all of your frontline units are defeated, the fight is lost. Carefully choosing backline and frontline units for your squad is an essential part of any battle strategy. See, I like this is great. This is encompassing the first 2 games, and I already discussed this a little bit earlier. The frontline backline dynamic, though all of those characters had to be defeated before. This takes it to a different level, still allowing you to have a backline, having it protected by the front line, and doing something. Like this is really smart. This is clever. I like this a lot. Like I said, this is marrying the 2, basically 3 and 1 and 2 are different in regards to how combat works. It's marrying those 2 like philosophies together into this, and it's brilliant. This is a really good idea. I like it. Rusty Bucket. Hey, Bumpy, been watching Lords of Shulama playthrough. So fun. Halfway through Divinity Original Sin 2. So hard, but you enjoy Lords of Shulama. Yeah, it's probably because I'm ranting and raving about the Colonel making me go insane at any given time, Rusty Bucket. We have a lot of differing ideals when it comes to strategy, so yes, it's a bit rough. It's a bit rough, but funny at times. Because you see, I have some brilliant plan that we're starting to do, and then the Colonel's like, I'm going to run over here and turn this guy into a chicken and aggro 35 other things. What? Why would you do that? And we played that on the hardest difficulty. Not a good idea. Also, if you're playing it for the first time and you're someone who just enjoys strategy games and you're not one of those super hardcores, just word of advice. Divinity Original Sin 2 sucks horribly to play on super hard difficulty unless you're into just incredible challenge and feeling weak the entire game. However, if you want to enjoy the game, just play it on any difficulty that's not the hardest, and it's a lot more fun. Like, I enjoy it a lot more not playing it on the hardest difficulty. So, just a word of caution if you guys ever do play Divinity Original Sin 2. You try to watch The Red Prince, and Bone Boy was too hard to get through? Well, so what exactly was so difficult to get through? I'm just curious, and it's fine. I'm not offended. Is it the game itself? There's just too much focus on it? Or I know there's a different dynamic when there's more than one person. A lot of folks prefer me to do solo stuff as opposed to anything collaborative, and I get that. It does change stuff. The focus is more on other people, or the comment, the interaction between myself and whoever I'm with, and a little less focus on the game itself. But I felt like with Divinity Original Sin 2, we really let the game hold up a lot of it. It was a very heavily driven narrative game, so I'm just curious. Yeah, we played Divinity Original Sin 2. With the other going on. Oh, on his own. That's true. That is true. The original Divinity Original Sin 2 playlist, can someone find that? It's, and post the link. You should be able to. I don't think anything's going to kill you. Froxus, maybe? You'd be able to do that? Or Holy? Okay. Let's see. And there's also, if you want to, and that's totally up to you guys, you can also, and I'm not saying not to do it, but you can also check out the Colonel's perspective, too. Because he also did, we posted, his perspective and my perspective separately on our channels. And we kind of synced them up and everything else. Alright, so we got to survive. These are heal orbs of regeneration. Okay. Interesting. I think I'm going to wait again. These are all soldier boys? Nope, 2 paladins who have some sort of regenerative abilities. Alright, it's fine. think I'm gonna wait it out.
Father,
Oh,
Father, shine a light.
for the High Father. I mean, I did play a lot of
We
Empire
will be
in
victorious.
the Disciples games, so I get it.
I call on hit.
Okay.
The line must not break.
Glory and honor.
I think Divinity Original Sin 2 was playable by up to 4 players too. And Baldur's Gate 3 is also going to be up to 4 players, which we're thinking about seeing if we can't pull a 4-person thing. We'll see. It'll be interesting. All right, I think we're going to
You
Ryan's
mess with
Cloak,
Abby,
and we're going to
you mess
move
with me.
here.
Now you see me.
And then we're just gonna... We will be
I'm
able to
going.
move again afterward. No, don't path that way. Oh. Just gonna use that afterward. Oh, we get to move with him first. Okay.
Feel the snakes.
Oh my goodness. We heard him.
You mess with Abby? I think we're getting good at this.
Alright, so we put him down.
Moving.
Nope, not there. I wanted to move here. That's a misclick. There's no undo. Is there? That's okay. My God, 900? I definitely wanted to be over there. Man, kind of wish there was an undo. It's kind of, it's my fault.
Die.
It's kind of unfortunate, but it happened.
Feel his wrath.
Oh, sweet. Oh, and he's taunted. Does
I
that
will carve
mean
his sword.
that hurts?
Rally, troops.
And we're gonna get flanked, and then
I
he's
call
also
on
gonna get
his
flanked.
holy fury.
This is going to be a little bit
Wear
brutal.
them down.
Oh, wait, you didn't move? What? That wasn't smart. I appreciate it, but...
Feel the snakes.
Oh, we don't even
You
get
mess with
control at
Abby.
all. He just straight up goes in. Okay.
Die.
And same thing here. Oh, this is
Guys,
potentially disastrous.
feel his wrath.
You taunted me again off of basic attacks? No. Oh, no.
I will carve his sword.
Holding the line.
Are we going to survive this? Yes. Okay. That was 3 turns? Okay. Ooh, taunting not fun. Yikes. Yeah, I didn't know if it was like survive 3 full, like 1 round, 2. Was that was the 3rd round? Yeah, because we didn't get to control our character. Alright, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's see what's going on here. This game is Disciples Liberation. So yes, it is. Welcome, Azura Lotus, to the stream. It is. Clip Doang, welcome. Sorry, sister and her husband co-opted it and enjoyed it. Yeah. Only 229 episodes. Yeah, it's a real short Let's Play series. It's up there. It's one of my biggest. You have reservations about Baldur's Gate 3. Devs from DOS 2 are adopting XCOM strats, and you're not a big XCOM fan. Really? How do you mean they're adapting XCOM strats? Because it's very much DDO or DOS 2 with actual what is it? Wizards of the Coast? Is that what they are? Basically Dungeons and Dragons 5e or whatever it is rule set that they're using, and they're able to actually use all that stuff because that's what Baldur's Gate is set in, right? So I don't really know how you get XCOM out of that, but it's been a while since I played the beta, so I will be checking back in with that at some point in the near future. Some hex systems do flanking as non-adjacent cells. Yeah, this one seems literally front and back. So that's interesting. It's the next game of the franchise. Survived 3 rounds. The game is capturing your interest rather quickly. They're doing a lot of interesting things. I'm sorry that we're so broken, but chat's more lively than I'm even used to. So this is actually great. So thank you all for showing up, by the way. 31's been one of the biggest streams I've had in a long time, so it's nice. It's nice to see. Feels to me like Baldur's Gate 3 is just a reskin of Original Sin 2. We hope it'll be good, but I'm a bit worried. I think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be fantastic. The little bit that I did get to play of it, I really, really liked it. It seemed top-notch quality-wise, and I'm very interested to see how they do it. Now, I realize, again, it's a departure from how Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 were with the real-time strategy plus pause, and they're moving into the turn-based tactical realm of, Divinity Original Sin 2. Personally, I like that way better, so this is an upgrade for me. But I could see why other people might be upset if they were big fans of the originals. Sad to see they didn't keep Disciples 2 combat. See, I didn't love Disciples 2's combat because it was so basic. And again, it's fine if you do. That doesn't mean there's anything. But for me, Disciples 3 took that, and sure, it changed a lot, but it brought it to a more tactical level. Like, it was an upgrade. But I know a lot of people didn't like it. But what we just saw here is they still have a back line, and they're utilizing it in a different way. And that's awesome. Like, I really like that. Though I don't know if the backline guy did anything. Did you see him actually do anything in combat? I might have missed it. So they're kind of marrying Disciples 3's combat with Disciples 1 and 2's combat. And having a backline that you don't control, per se, which you did in 1 and 2. But it can't be attacked until the front line goes down. But if the front line goes down, it's the end of combat. So these are like extra units, almost like siege equipment in Heroes of Might and Magic, I guess. If you want to kind of count it as something, it's similar to that in many ways. Like, you have your ballista that, sure, you can eventually use things to control it, but if you don't, it just fires randomly at whatever target. These will do whatever their backline actions are. So it pays homage to, and it's incorporating stuff from 2 and from 3 and putting them together. Like I said, it's a really cool idea. I like what I see so far with this. Okay, so yeah, you guys are very, very chatty tonight. I'm not used to this. It's lovely. I love it. Thank you. Character models don't look cool like in other games, to be honest. The demons and disciples of Renaissance 3 looked sick. Well, I think the characters are maybe... Yeah, I know what you're saying. It is a different art style now. And I'm very curious to see, like, as we get further along, exactly how they look. Because, yeah, they were quite intricate and very, very detailed in 3. You're not wrong. Pay $59 USD for a game in early access. No. Who's talking about early access? Oh. A bit worried. Okay. In early access. Good because it's Larian in development. Nope. Not paying full price right now for a 30% game. 5e or Spelljammer. There will be guns in Baldur's Gate 3? I mean, I don't remember hearing or seeing that, but I haven't kept up with everything. I know you could turn into or hire or something a War Badger, which I was pretty excited by. I don't remember there being guns, though. Pillars of Eternity games. What they want the... I prefer the DOS 2 combat personally. And you prefer the real time with pause. That's understandable. I can adjust anything. You play Dark Souls 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it took me a while. They did keep the original races. I saw there's 4 different factions: the elves, the Empire. Let's get out of the screen and we'll see. Darkest Dungeon was fun.
Something's wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, we're losing.
Grew up with it since the 90s. Combat change from Baldur's Gate 2. From Baldur's 2 Gate 2 to 3 is just not your cup of tea. It would be different if it was another IP. You played over 1K hours of Darkest Dungeon, most of it through EA. I played a lot in EA too, but I don't know. That game wore out its welcome for me pretty early on. It's nothing to say, people who love it is great. But I played it, I enjoyed it, but then it was just kind of rinse and repeat, just harder. I kind of lost interest. It's like, oh, you fought the 4 bosses or 5, whatever, how many bosses there were in early access, and now you can keep going and fight them over again. And I'm like, I've done this. I don't need to do it anymore. So I kind of lost a little bit there. Gunsmiths, you wonder if we'll have the combat wheelchair. All right, let's continue. Your vision blurs. The pain shoots through your right arm to your fingertips, so severe it feels like your skin might burst apart. That's not good. And then it does. That's even worse.
Help me!
From your flesh, darkness emerges like a swirling black pearl. Okay? In it, you see pure night. The night sees you. A corona of molten light crackles forth from the pitch.
Impossible! Stand back, fools! All of you, back!
It's a portal! Go! Now!
How do you know what it is? Just burst out of your arm. You're okay with this? You and Orion leap through the sweltering heat into the void and are immediately swallowed whole. Behind you, the portal closes, leaving no trace other than the black scars on the stone floor. And fear in the hearts of all. Okay, did not see that happening.
From the cosmic tear, you are hurtled bewilderingly forward.
Where's your arm? Oh, it's right there.
Never before had mortal feet touched this soil. Nor mortal eyes seen this ancient sight.
Interesting.
Sprawling, ancient, longing to be rediscovered. Until now, this is your true home. This is your fate.
Sweet. Orion follows you as you approach the Forgotten City. Ah, here we go. We're seeing the city building stuff. We got iron and wood. Okay. Forgotten City. At its gates, a word is carved in foreign glyphs. It reads Yillian. Yillian? I don't know. Which you know to mean the city of sacred angels. I almost said scared angels. Though you've never been able to read such markings before.
Abandoned and ancient. Could be dwarven.
Alright. So far, no dwarves for some reason. When you buy a game, you look at replayability, DOS2, Darkest Dungeon, Dark Souls, all those games have replayability. Just trying to get your money's worth. Dwarves got yeeted out in Disciples 3. I guess they won't return. Lords of Shulama had a lot of replayability. Abandon all, or hope all who enter here. Kind of. Didn't I? I feel like I just ran into dwarves in Disciples 3. But maybe they weren't a main faction you could play. There's 4 factions right now. There's the Undead, the Legions of the Damned, the Elven whatever, and the Empire of the Humans peoples. So you're right, there were no dwarves that I saw here. Which is strange, because most people would want to, how did you put it? Yeet out the elves and not the dwarves. Very interesting. And they just made mention of dwarves right here. Just happened to be on the screen at the time. I don't know. It's possible maybe they threw... Well, it wasn't... Weren't the dwarves added into... Was it 2? Or maybe even 1 as an expansion? That doesn't necessarily mean that they're there to stay, you know, type situation. But I thought maybe they were... I don't know. Could have sworn they were like an extra part of one of the games. Only watching. Yeah, 45 hours worth. Felt no need to replay it. The games were rather linear, but so many good choices with an indie deal. Alright. Abandoned, ancient, it could be dwarven. It's even older. Well, it's ours now. Mother told me about places like this. Ooh, let's go with a weird one here. Try to console or
Mother
whatever.
used to tell stories about such places.
Take out elves as a DLC.
It's strangely familiar. Like I've been here before.
Added at the end. Okay, that's what it was.
And these glyphs match the glyphs on my armor.
That's weird that you have random glyphs on your armor that you didn't know about.
You're worried about your belt, Abby? You just ripped a hole in space. We're lost in some forgotten city. I'm sorry. I just haven't seen you do that since we were kids.
Wait, what?
It scared me.
You did that when you were kids?
I know. I couldn't control it then, but this time was different. Ori, I can't shake the feeling it was fate.
This isn't disturbing to you guys. You never had that looked at. The word lingers as you carry forward. Fate.
Let's look around, but be on your guard. Just because this place looks abandoned doesn't mean it is.
Your mind races as you explore the landscape. Amongst the rubble, you see ghosts of marketplaces, forges, homes, and families. How incredible it must have been once. Talk to Orion inside Gilliland's castle. Welcome to the legendary city of a thing you'll never be able to pronounce correctly. Your home. You will be able to make it your own and upgrade it during your journey across Nevendar. Right now, not much is present except the castle. Select the castle to enter it. Ooh, we learned Waning Bolt, Word of Divine Power, and Summon Lesser Devil. These seem potentially good. Ugh. Fair enough. Personal taste comes into play sometimes. Respect your viewpoint. Absolutely loved the game. Played a few mods after you finished it. Arm bursts in the shadows. Kind of a little bit Froxus. I don't disagree. I think the magic for DOS 2 comes from voice acting, crafting, storyline. Just a well put together game. Yes. So here's my take with Larian Studios and pretty much anything they do. They have proven time and time again that, but keep in mind that they have been purchased, picked up, whatever it is, by, was it Microsoft or something along those lines. But they've proven time and time again that they actually care about their fan base and their player base. We'll start with Divinity Original Sin. They made it years down the road. They said, hey, you know what? We did everything we could. We released a game as finished as we were able to, but there were things that we wanted to add that we weren't able to. There were things that we wanted to change after we saw how it all played out, and they also listened to feedback, and then they released their definitive edition. And they released it for free for anyone who actually already had the game with all these upgrades and all this extra work that they did. And they did the same thing with 2. So they, a lot of, let's take a look at Atlas, for instance. And I guess Sega and Atlas. They released, Persona 5. Everybody loved Persona 5. Thought it was the greatest game in the world, what have you, right? Then they're like, oh, hey, we're going to add 7% to this game and re-release it at full price with nothing for anyone who's already had the game. So they released Persona 5, was it Royale or something like that? And then everybody bought a full price game again to play one extra character, have a couple of extra dialogue lines, and some other small thing. And I'm like, what? And there's no loyalty, even you discount it drastically if you already own it or something, right? Nope, just full price. And again, I'm not trying to bury Atlas, but it's just one of those things where you can see a developer who really cares about their fan base versus one that doesn't. So for me, whether you're a particular fan of, Divinity, Original Sin, tactical turn-based strategy, all that stuff, or you're a fan of the old school Baldur's Gate, real-time strategy with pause, which is fine. Holy prefers it that way. Larian's going to make a solid game. And they're going to care about the game, and they're going to do it right. So, I mean, I would prefer that, whether they went with the real-time pause or turn-based strategy. Either way, I would prefer a developer that works that way, that I know I'm going to get a quality product, and that they're going to support it and make it their full vision down the line. Now, again, we don't know how it's going to work with them being acquired by Microsoft or whoever they're picked up by. Maybe they will no longer have that ability to go back and do stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. The game does have a release date. I think it's the 21st of this month. I believe that's actually the release date of the game. It is October 21st, so that's when it's due to release. You might play games differently, but you try to play them as efficiently as possible in the first fight. They very rarely go again with different setup. There's exceptions, of course. Oh. Okay, well, so thank you, by the way, Jung, for... okay. Let me apologize right now. XX Retsu XX, thank you so much for the subs and whatnot. So there's... I'm using Restream Chat because it gives me both YouTube and it gives me Twitch chat, but it doesn't give me any Twitch notifications. I had no idea that happened because I didn't have Twitch chat itself up. So I thank you a lot, and I'm sorry I didn't notice it until someone said something. Basically, like I said, for chat, it's easier to see everybody on YouTube and Twitch in one window, but it doesn't give me the actual Twitch updates. So that's interesting, and I didn't know that. So thank you very, very much. That's very awesome. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to have to move this somewhere else so I can at least see if something like that happens. See, everybody's helping me do stuff bit by bit. I'm trying to do things as effectively and efficiently as possible, but obviously there's always going to be some things that I'm not going to be able to see or witness. I think if I put it there, I block a lot of the video, but I should still be able to see. I don't need to see the video necessarily as much as I need to see chat. I just need to see that OBS is running and everything's okay. The only thing is I worry if I get some sort of random giant thing on the screen that I can't say. It'll be fine. All right. I am dumb. I charge in and play. It is released for you to make many mistakes you don't care about. Yeah, and I do the same thing too. I charge in, so I totally get that. I charge in and I experience everything firsthand, and then semi-occasionally I might look stuff up, or maybe when I get done I'll look up and go, oh, I missed all this stuff, and then I'll either go back and play it, or I don't care usually, personally. It's not a thing. Atlas did that with Persona 3 as well. Not worried about that Baldur's Gate will be a good game. Just not a fan of the combat direction, though. That's fair, Holy. Why are differences in gameplay from others? Always been a pro turn-based. Yep, that's true. Just a modded Disciples 2 until then. Pro turn-based combat games, but you branched out in the games like Dark Souls. Turn-based, just your preference. I think you played an RTS game. So I used to play a lot of RTS games, but they changed over the years to just basically being who can click stuff faster, and I just don't really enjoy that as much. All right, sorry guys, I'm getting lost in chat here. All right, and I'm learning things. Okay, we're just gonna say Ilian's castle, Ilian, because it's like Yggdrasil, right? So it'd be like Ilian's castle. The castle is the place to perform a variety of actions. Talk with your companions, research new spells for Aviana, reassign your skills, okay? Gather resources from captured buildings of the world, come back regularly, train your companions to increase their level, to discuss the next steps on your adventure, speak with Orion. Okay, so this is a very different look and feel to things. I don't dislike it, but again, it's like a different take on the classic bits and pieces of the Disciples series, and I like it. I do. I like seeing how they're changing stuff. All right, we can talk with Orion here. What's up, man? Weeks pass, you train tirelessly in the courtyards under the pavilion, slowly honing your power. By night, you spend your restless hours exploring the castle grounds. One night, tonight, Orion follows you to the giant structure spiraling up from the rubble of this forgotten land. Inside, you discover a great hall enshrining a stone tablet. Upon it, a familiar sight. Oh, this hasn't been added in yet, I guess. Look, a map of Nevendar, but if it's accurate, this city is at the center of the world. How has no one found this place? You look down at the sprawling map of Nevendar, dreaming of what this old castle might have been, or what it could be. Hey, Avi, back when we first got here, you said something that's been playing in my head every night. At City's Gate, you said that it was fate. What's our fate? To build a new home, to build an army, to liberate the world. I sound crazy, I know. Alright, let's see here. You guys are in a big old discussion here. Persona games has such good music. You don't care for the game personally, but you love the music that comes with the games. It's fair. Turn-based was a rare breed when you grew up. It was RTS and FPS. You never got into Final Fantasy games because of the turn-based combat. So you play mostly RPGs. Well, see, didn't you still enjoy Dragon Quest 11, 12? I don't remember what it is. 11, I think? You grew up in the 70s. Pong was your first game. I don't know if they put land guardians or rod planters in this game. Yeah, that'd be very interesting, Azura, because I remember you were able to plant the rod usually with like the angels because I played the Empire mostly. The angels, and then that would grow your control area. I'm very curious to see how this all plays out. Game experience is Atari 2600 in the 80s, and you joined the military, did not play video games until 2000. Wow. Stumbled upon Wizardry 8, a true gem. Gotcha. Was not turn-based. Yes, it was. It was very much. What do you mean it wasn't turn-based? Dragon Quest 11 was 100% turn-based. It didn't have an action bar. At least I'm fairly certain it didn't have an action bar. Have I lost my mind? And it randomly had an action bar all of a sudden? Huh. Or did they change it for the Switch version? Alright, to build a new home, to build an army, to liberate the world. We're liberating the world. As that power was pulsing through me, I closed my eyes and could see this place. We turned it into a refuge for all the people of Nevendar. You've wanted to protect everyone since we were kids. We've been scraping by, going from one low-paying contract to the next. Now we're trapped here. We're almost out of food and water. Right, but you've been honing your power. Any day now you'll be able to control it, and we'll be able to get out of here. Or we stay. This could be the home we've always wanted. It needs a little work, but I imagine it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought, Azura. Thank you. Ever played Dragon Quest? Morrowind, no. There was nothing to rival that game at the time. Turned my speakers all the way up just to hear. Oh, Rusty, I'm so sorry. I'm very against. I don't like. Oblivion was okay. Skyrim's okay. Still arguably bad on both of those. I hated Morrowind passionately. It was one of my least favorite games I've ever tried. It was awful. But that's for me. It doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. A lot of people loved it. Apparently, just like I found out last night, a lot of people found that Dune was not a horribly boring movie. Who knew? I thought it was boring. Again, this is the original Dune. I basically can't watch it. Same thing, I can't watch the original Planet of the Apes movies. Puts me to sleep every time. Just really boring. But you had the AI play all your companions except your main. Ah, yeah, you could control each of your companions, but yes. I'm pretty sure it was all turn-based, Holy. You could move around, but there was no point in doing so. So it was just a weird thing that they added for no reason. That was about it. All right, Orion looks around at you, inspecting the hall. Yes, he seems to say to himself. He places his hands on hips. This will do nicely. Fine. Fine? Yes, fine. But the Empire is going to be looking for us, and they always find what they're looking for, even here. Then we hire protection, which means we're going to need allies. And money. And ale. Lots of ale. Hey, I was already sold, so where do we start? You point his attention to the map. With cunning, any of the denizens of Nevendar would make a strong ally. But where do you start? Alright, guys, I'll let you get this choice here. The Undead Hordes, the Empire, the Elven Clans, or the Unholy Legion. Again, I've mostly, my disciples' experience has mostly been with the Empire. So do we want to venture into the elven clans? Would you like to see the undead horde with their vomit, puke, rot stuff coming? Or the unholy legion, and then holy will disappear? Of course you do that. Of course you do that, holy. You don't want to be here anymore. I understand that. The change of combat on a well-established IP. No, I totally understand where you're coming from. I get it. And that's the other thing. It's a weird one because, yeah, Dungeons & Dragons is 100% turn-based, and even in the real-time with pause, you're technically doing turn-based stuff, but in real time. So your turn takes X number of seconds. It's like cooldown turn-based stuff. It's not like you're just auto-attacking and, like you just swinging your sword and repeat it and blah, 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 blah. So it's just a different take on it, whereas you can have more time to think about what you're doing versus not having that. But I get it. It does play completely different. And if you're like me, when you do real time with pause, you're pausing all the time to do micromanaging everything constantly. The reason I like that less is it's super annoying that I have to do all these extra little things within a quarter of a second. And to me, I want to do all the stuff as well as I can. And I just have to imagine that that's horribly boring. A combat that literally only takes real time 25 seconds takes me like 40 minutes to get through. That's got to be infuriating to people. I can't just like let it run and not pause. It just doesn't feel right. So I think that's exactly why I prefer actual real turn-based. Hey, J-Mac. We're going with one. So we have Horde, Empire, Unholy, another Empire, one, which is, I guess, Unholy Legion. We need to keep Holy. What happens in the background? Holy is solid. Looks like 2 Empires, 1 Horde, 1 Unholy. There's 2 Empires, 2 Unholy. On YouTube. You may be right. You get all the time you need with real time. I know, like I said, it must feel boring. For watching me, like I said, do like a 25-second battle that takes me 40 minutes to painstakingly separate my characters out and move out of the way of a fireball and then hit this guy with lightning and then get over here and do this big AoE to protect it. It's a lot. It's very intricate. It is strategy, and I do still enjoy them, but I just feel like for watching purposes, I get like uncomfortable with how long it takes me to do it because I know it's got, and I'm sure I make like 1,000 little micro mistakes that other people don't. I don't know. It's just too many eyes on me. All right, so since nobody voted for the Elven clans, that's what we're going with. No, I'm kidding. Oh yeah, the Jagged Alliance number 3 is coming out. It's true. So we have, what, 2 Empires and 2 Unholy? Alright, I guess we're going to go to the Unholy. You're not allowed to leave, Holy. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's rough going back and watching some of the stuff I used to do. I mean, natural progression, but, I didn't know what I was doing back then. Still might not know what I'm doing now, but at least I pretend better. The Empire wants us dead, understandable, so we could go to their enemies, the Legion of the Damned. Alright. I've never seen a demon in person before. Probably how they want it. They only accept outsiders in Heuric. If we want allies, that's where we should start. I can't believe we're doing this. Okay. I guess I made my decision. Let's do it. I'll keep training my power. When it's ready, we'll head for level 2. Sweet. All right, Nevendar's factions. Aviana and Orion start as neutral faction, but as you progress through your adventure, certain choices improve or worsen your standing with Nevendar's factions. The better your standing, the more benefits you reap. Your standing affects the units you can recruit, the equipment you can use, and the rewards you earn. It also impacts how certain denizens of Nevendar react to you, and how your adventure will end. Choose your alliances wisely. Once you close the screen, Jade open. Yeah. Okay, I guess we're going to Heuric. So, it gives us a breakdown of like the campaign. Amongst the citadels of Heuric, the denizens celebrate the Festival of Molten Moons through Bacchanalia? Sure. They seek to usher in 3 days of night and crown a new champion of the pits. We also have the Plains of Widows. That sounds horribly depressing. Once the seat of the Empire, the Castle Hale is now an outpost, home to rebels, thieves, and warriors for hire. That's easy. And then we've got the White Lands, which is hard. Former lair of dwarves. The White Lands span from the mountain Gehelterotzen to the fields of Not, with the dwarven people long dead. So I guess they actually canonically did something to the dwarves, though I don't remember. Does anyone remember the dwarves actually being killed off in the Disciples series, where it was like said or done? With the dwarven people long dead, the White Lands are now home to the elves, unless this is the first mention of that actually happening. And finally, Greyleaf. The forests of the Lost were once the home of Devendar's necromancers, though the roads through the woods are now essential highways leading to Veranto Or. Few survive the journey. All right, we're going to Huric. Oh, hold. Right click. There we go. Got it. You're heading out. All right. Well, the stream's going to end in about 15 minutes. I'm hoping to get a little bit more of the gameplay in here, guys and gals. I might ignore chat just briefly, and no offense to you. Just want to get a little bit more done, and I do have to break it off in 15 minutes. I want to stay longer, but I got some stuff I got to get done tonight, so it is what it is. But that never happened. I see. So it's probably because everybody hated Disciples 3 for whatever reason. I found the game great. I don't know. It was a departure from 2, I understand, but it still had almost all of the same stuff. I just don't understand why everybody hated it as much as they did. It is what it is. But yeah, like I even played 1 and 2 fairly recently. Just briefly, like one campaign mission each. And I'm like, there's like, other than the combat changing to and again, my opinion, a much better way of doing combat, it's more or less the same. You still have, expanding territory. You did lose your rod planter, which was always a weird thing in general, but it's fine. And it was a good thing. I'm not saying it was bad. It's just weird. I plant this flag and then your area grows. It's just a weird thing. It's fine, and it was good. It was very useful, and strategically it was awesome. But it was just always strange to me. But they could be taken down and recaptured and whatnot. So I get it. But really, that was the major difference. And maybe people just didn't like the voice acting or something. I don't really know why everybody hated 3. I really think 3 is fantastic, but it's okay. Yeah, I know. Well, see, I played the original, and I really liked the original too. The original 3, and then when I caught the final re-release or whatever. I played that one, and that's actually I think what the series on YouTube that I have is. And I remember there were differences. I don't remember what those differences were, and I really liked it still. So, again, I don't know. But you're probably right. It had something to do with that. Around you, scorched arcane spines up from the ground like violent daggers. This place is not naturally forming, you think, but at the same time, you have no idea what purpose these structures serve.
Charming place.
Hey, she's talking to you.
Now, where to?
Huric's celebration of the molten moon's last decades. They say it's some kind of festival to make the twin moons align.
Cool.
Part of the festival is the crowning of a champion in the pits.
How do you know this, considering you've never seen a demon before? You know what? I'm not even gonna. It's fine.
I see where you're going with this. We're looking to rally people to join us in Ilion, and the people are looking for a champion.
I agree, Dom. They did a really good job of very intricate, very detailed, very disturbing looking, and they kind of made most of them like a wolf was a more menacing, slightly, I guess, scarier version of a wolf, while still keeping, everything that would make a wolf a wolf. And they did that with a lot of stuff, and then of course they took their creative liberties with other things. I think the character models and the graphics design and everything, like, it was just fantastic in 3. This is a little bit of a departure from that so far from what I've seen, but again, we haven't seen that much yet. But I still like what I see here. It's different,
Actually,
but it's
I was thinking,
really good too.
Where there's a festival, there's a drink.
The other one were like hyper realistic, incredibly detailed. This seems to be, I don't want to say more grounded in reality. We've only seen a couple zombies and some other stuff, but it does feel a little bit different. It doesn't look like we can get quite as close to this stuff either. Last you played Rise of the Orbs, Bury the Dwarves. Can't wait to see how they look in this one, yeah. Fighting and drinking, fun. We'll be their champion. Oh, that's
If
it.
it's a champion they want, it's a champion they'll have.
Yeah.
Beating up a demon can't be any harder than beating up anything else.
Well. Okay. To return to Ilion, Aviana must cast a portal. Press the portal button in the lower left corner to do so. Note that the portals can only be cast outside. They do not work in dungeons or in combat. Okay, T. So, portal. You have acquired your first blueprint. Each acquired blueprint allows you to construct a specific building in Ilion. Each building you construct will require specific resources and gold. Upgrading Ilion is essential, but every building will grant powerful benefits. The key benefit is that new buildings allow you to recruit new units for your army. Ooh. Take it. Does that mean I want to go back right now and do that? I think so. A spleen for a spleen is our quest. Alright, we're just going to do the portal right now. So we have a blueprint. How does that work? Well, there's empty slots available. Alright. The Heart of the Abyss. The designated units will be the Possessed and the Berserker. And we have enough to build it. Add. Constructed buildings can be upgraded, but can also be replaced. Any building you replace with another will not be destroyed. Instead, they are phased out just in case you decide to bring them back later. See, this is the stuff I like to see. It's innovative, it makes sense, it's smart, it doesn't waste your resources. Some people might complain about it, but, you know, this is a magical place. I like the way they've kind of incorporated, like, this is a special area, you know, like, it makes sense within the world versus just like, you put the building in your pocket. What? Like, this is good. Phasing buildings in and out requires resources, but it's cheaper than construction. Again, makes sense. Managing your buildings this way ensures your progress is never lost. Again, makes sense. So go ahead, experiment with various building combinations to build the perfect Ilion. That's great. See, I like that. I can appreciate that. Now, if we go here, that's totally into Disciples of Might and Magic. It definitely doesn't look like Disciples of Might and Magic. And what's wrong with Disciples of Might and Magic, man? The HOM series is fantastic. Especially the new ones. Fight me. I dare you. You will not win. Alright. Recruit units, train units, and phase out. What are train units? If we had units to train, we could upgrade them. Makes sense. Alright. Back. Okay. Had to hit escape. Recruit units. We can recruit the Possessed. Wasn't there also a Berserk? Upgrade. I'd like to see... Okay. Train the Possessed. Train the Berserkers. Grants physical protection to allies. Recruit and train both Epiphanies and Infernal Knights. Then recruit and train Overlords. And you get physical might to allies. Alright. Recruit. Do I want more than one Possessed? I feel like it probably, but I don't know how much leadership I have. A building in Ilion has produced a unit. You can find this unit in the squad management screen to have it join you in battle. You must add it to your active squad. Conversely, you can keep the unit reserved to use as a garrison. Interesting. To level up the unit, you can train it in the building that produced it. It can train up to Aviana's current level. Training costs gold, though, so build and train your units wisely. I honestly... If they added I would say 100% I agree with you wholly. If they added a second real DLC, and they didn't just like scrap the whole thing, and of course, you know, if it was bug free, even without the extra DLC, I would say yes. But even with the bugs that it had, which I heard most are actually fixed by now, but I don't know. I haven't tried it again. HOM 7 was definitely the best. Otherwise, 5. Then probably I don't know. 6 is It's growing on me. It's maybe better than 3 for me right now, but it's close. But 3 is still great. So is 2. 4 is still an outlier. I don't know where to put it. 1's terrible, but that's just me. You want to keep them separate. I get it. You don't want it to be too samey. I totally understand. Do I want to recruit more than... We'll recruit 2. Why not? I don't know if I'm going to use 2. I don't know if I'm able to use 2. Let's go take a look. All right. So we have... We can have 2 Wow, we can actually have a tremendous amount of things. We can have 2 companions right now. Oh, wait. We also have a leadership amount. How much do these cost leadership-wise? 10. Okay. So, hold on. Can we look at these more? All right, so this is frontline ability. Do we have a backline ability? Yes, right here. Demonic Strength. Grants physical might to allies until the end of battle. So, if you... I can't stand Hom 1. It's such a bad game. Again, I understand it had to do something. The series had to start somewhere. But going back to it after all this time, it's a novelty to see it. It's like, oh, this is kind of okay. This is where it got started. That's good. But playing it's just the worst. Like I played it through the first time and I beat it. I was like, oh, okay, that was rough. But yeah, I'm glad I did this. I feel good about it. And then having to do it again on camera, oh, that was too much. I couldn't do that. I did it, but man, I did not enjoy that. Ooh, I did not enjoy that at all. All right, so real quick recap, guys. We're running out of time. Characters in the front line, you can put them in whatever amalgamation of positions you want. Front, back, whatever. Then we also have the back line. The back line we don't get to control at all. Do they even cost us anything? No leadership cost at all. So each character has a backline ability that benefits us in some way. Including, I think, champions? No, champions probably don't have a backline ability. No, they don't. Okay. So champions are kind of like the heroes you would hire in 3 and in 2 and 1. And then these are your regular units. And then, of course, you have your main character. Your main character can equip a bunch of armor and everything else. Your secondary characters can't equip armor, but they can equip weapons and emotion shards, whatever those are. We haven't figured it out yet. And then your units can only equip emotion shards. And then when you, I think, de-equip them, they go back into your inventory, so you never lose them. Anyway, let's put these guys on the front lines. I don't know how good or bad they're going to be. 600 HP. So they're right there with the rest of our characters. It's fine. Something like that. All right. And we could even get more if we wanted. Hopefully we don't need more. This is what we're going to do for right now. And let's get back. Oops. Let's get back to the place. So I like everything that I see so far. There's really some cool stuff here. Look at the little footprints, the little dragon footprints there. Our horse is actually breathing out some frost. So good attention to detail there. Okay, there's a healing thing there if we needed it, and there's some spooky boy over here, the spleen collector. But first, let's go do this one. Talk to this guy. You come upon a particularly burly, particularly drunk troop of Empire soldiers, each marked with holy sigils of the Veil. What's more, they're drinking ale from the plains of widows, where the best barley and Nevendar, and thus the best beer, can be
I
found.
wasn't expecting to see holy hands here. What do you think we should do?
Look what they did to the possessed boy. Like how they look. Possessed line was amazing. The demon part spreading more with the rank ups. Well, we'll have to see how they look as time goes on.
We're famous outlaws by now, but look at them. They're too drunk to see straight. I say we pull up a chair.
I'm curious to see what they look like in combat. And again, I want to try to get closer into the combat. Let's kill them.
Draw your blade. We'll get a jump on them before they see us.
Okay, another paladin, which is going to be rough, and Guilame, the Holy Hand. We're probably going to get our faces stomped in, but whatever. We'll have fun doing it. It's our final act. Whenever this is done, you know, I need to basically end now. We're going to go away. Backline ability, morale boost. Do they have a backline guy? Alright, so it does look like they went in a different art direction, obviously. I mean, we could see that from kind of the beginning. So gone are the hyper-realistic, overly detailed, I don't want to say overly, like it was a bad thing, but like the highly realistic, extremely detailed stuff of the game's past to what they have now, which is fine. But if you looked at 1 and 2, I mean, I don't remember them being overly detailed either. Yeah, they were fine, but I'm okay with this. But we'll see. We'll see. I know not everybody's exactly the same, so we'll see how this all goes. I'm still very curious if the weight thing is a bug, if the tooltip was wrong, or if I read something wrong.
We will be victorious.
I'm very curious. I think I might hit him with a spell.
Walk in his light.
They should be slower by a lot. They're not much slower. Okay. Oh, okay. So he's on the back line. We're only up against 2 people. I understand now.
Feel my blades bite! I'll sneak past them.
I think I'm going to go here. I think I'm going to use our spell book. Oh, wait. We got to do spell book from here, right? The waning bolt. Yep, cool. Oh, we got to research it. Okay. Okay, I didn't do that. That's fine. It's my bad. Got it. So we only have the 1 spell. All right. I thought we actually got those. You gonna hit bed? It's good. 3 into this one. That's modded into it. It's fine. All right. So let's see. It's weird how there's different parts that folks like from Disciples 3, and then there's things that they didn't like, and like overall the game just didn't get much love, and yet people still really, really enjoyed it for the most part, or seems to have enjoyed it for the most part. Weapon swing and violent swing. I think I'm just gonna end their turn. I'm gonna try to. I'm hoping that I can aggro to this guy. That's the plan, the goal, the hope, the dream. We'll see. He's probably just going to run up there and hit her. You know what? I'm just going to back away, I think. Wait, we're going to wait.
Glory and honor.
How are you going to do this? Oh, perfect.
Holding the line.
Basically exactly where I'd wanted you, where I would have wanted you to go.
Feel his wrath.
Don't hit both. Ah, he taunted him. Son of a. And he broke stealth, man.
Feel my blade.
That infuriates me.
The twin moons, red and blue. Decidus Hoylantoff.
Well, I don't know what you just said, but it sounded fun. What did that do? Oh, I'm resilient. And flanking. Didn't say anything that time. Well, I get. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm no longer. Okay.
Feel my blades bite.
Feel my blade's butt.
Feel the snake's bite.
Tee-hee. Attack! Alright, we're gonna try this out now since. Oh, wait. No, we can't. Because I forgot she doesn't do. She doesn't do that thing that the rest of us do.
Decidus Hoylantoff.
Basically, he's the only one with like the double universal. Everybody else has got like a move and an attack versus. Yeah, it's all good.
There will be no.
All right, we done been slapped. Oh, he didn't bleed out. I was hoping he would. And he's got a double too. Yeah, we've lost control. That's fine. Pretty sure we can just end you
mess
here.
With Abby? Feel my blade.
Okay, when units are defeated, they are sent to the graveyard. See which units are in the graveyard in the top right there. Interact with the graveyard icon in the upper right corner of the screen. Multiple spells and abilities interact with units in the graveyard, such as resurrection spells. Be careful, if any unit in the graveyard, when the battle ends, they will die. Oh, they're no longer injured that we have to go back and heal? Okay. That's different. A little bit more cost. I can appreciate that. And 3 houses. Spoiling me. Oh, the aggro arrow in 3 houses? Yeah. I get that. If they have new rank ups, Because this one, or in this one, because didn't add any new ones. Yeah, and with the Empire, I know that the Archer for the Empire had very little upgrades, and I'm a very big fan of ranged weapons. The soil below groans in sublime pleasure as it drinks the blood spilled upon it. You stand back in horror as the holy hand and his men are consumed. One by one, the skin is sucked away, and the flesh and blood. Good, finally the bones, all of it sucked into the mud somehow. Only a few small organs remain.
How odd. I wonder why these weren't eaten.
It may be the curiosity, it may be the ale. Either way, you find yourself collecting the strange giblets, and putting them in a sack. Why would we do that? That sounds like a terrible idea. Never do that. Alright, folks, I don't want to spoil too much of the game. I don't know, this might be the actual start of the game. I know there's an opening cinematic and all that stuff, because I've seen, like, the cinematic release trailer or whatever. It looks phenomenal. I think the game looks fun. It does seem like I don't want to say dumbed down, but they've gone a different art direction, a different route with their art direction and whatnot. And it is less highly detailed and, like, over the top, like, super intricate, which, again, might turn off some of you guys. I think it's fine, personally. Games like this have never been, for me, about, you know, the best and highest graphical detail and everything else. Stuff looks good. It looks good to me, and it's fine, you know. I can see, you know, this is a specific type of person. I like the very cool-looking, like, background scenery. The characters move around. Like, I'm fine with this. The way we move around and we do stuff is a departure and different from Disciples 2 and Disciples 3. I can move the map now. Sorry. I didn't check that. I've just been following. Okay, cool. So it does look like when you're in a dungeon specifically, you do not have the ability to move the map around. You're stuck and locked to your character. Or maybe even that opening area only. Good, I like this so much better. Oh, thank goodness. I was a little bit sad that this was going to be locked onto the character. Good. See, look. We got to play around. We got to see some stuff. Things obscured by the fog of war. I don't know about how our like area of influence and like different minds and stuff will be able to like capture and hold, or if we have to like physically go there and just take it over, and then once we do, it's ours. There's still a lot of unanswered questions after this kind of first look, big old stream that we did here. But I'm optimistic. I can't wait to play it. I hope it really does well on the stream, and I hope folks just like it in general. Like I said, the Disciples series is one that I came to much later. Not at 3. I came at 2, but like way after 2 released. Just before 3 released. And then I was like, oh, they're releasing a new Disciples game. And I dove in. So I didn't have a tremendous amount of love. In fact, it was about 12 years ago, I want to say, that I first played Disciples 2, which is a long time. And I played it here because I was visiting my wife's home for the first time. And I was here for, like, I think a week or 2 weeks or something. And she had an old, much slower computer. And granted, I didn't want to do a lot of stuff, but she still had to work and do other things. So when I was home alone, I read quite a few books. And I played a few small games on her computer, and Disciples 2 was one of the games that I played. So I remember. Yeah, up to the Imperial Assassins. Were they OP? I feel like they weren't. Just, yeah, the 2 rank ups. I felt like they kind of sucked because the Archer before the Assassins had more range. The Assassins were good, but I didn't feel like they were OP, but maybe they were. I don't have a base of comparison to other ranged classes. I just know that it had much shorter range, even if it attacked quickly. And it did decent damage. I think it did double attacks or something. I don't know. Anyway, folks, that's going to pretty much do it for the stream. I must go. I have other things that I must accomplish today before I run out of time. And I had fun. I was hoping to start earlier today, but it just wasn't in the cards. I want to thank you all for showing up, by the way. This is the best stream I've had in a long time. A big shout out to XX Retsu XX for giving out a bunch of gift subs. I appreciate that. That meant a lot, as always. It always does. And I learned that I need to also keep Twitch chat at least somewhat visible so I don't miss updates and things like that, because that does not come through my new chat window that I have. So take care, everybody. Oh, if you want to be super nice to me and kind and you haven't checked it out yet, please go check out my sponsored video for Phoenix Point. It's basically Phoenix Point Behemoth Edition. It's a PlayStation 4 version of the game, and it shows a never-before-seen mission at the end. So after like 16 minutes, you can just watch me play through a mission that's never before been seen, if you're a fan of Phoenix Point. That would help me a lot, and the support would mean quite a bit. Anyway, take care, and I will see you guys next Saturday with something, and I might actually be able to stream this Tuesday and Thursday on Twitch. So if that's possible, I will be here. If not, I'll be so sad. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try to make it this Tuesday and Thursday. So I'll see you then. Take care. More videos coming tonight, and I'm out.